Hey guys, and welcome back to the Weeb Lounge. I am Nick, and the next event on Global is about to begin. It is the Vampire Hunter with Ilya event. It comes out on Global the 28th of April, really soon, and here's your guide. Alright guys, now this event is going to follow the exact same template as the two events prior. In this event, you're going to have the option to get Kaori shards, which I could certainly use some, and Maho shards, which I really do not want ever again. I've got my reasons. If you haven't watched streams, you know it's no more Maho. I'm just done with her. No more lamps either. Alright, let's go ahead and get into the little event details here. In terms of fights, go over to here to normal. You got 15 normal little things to go through. These are no big deal whatsoever. You just slap together your usual team, go through, you'll get through these just fine. There's no strategy or anything. Pretty much the same goes with the hard modes. Like, if you're able to get through the hard modes on the previous two events or whatever, getting through on these is not going to be a problem whatsoever. Now, the difference between the side quest edition, which is what I have up right now, and the edition that's going to show up on Global, the original quote-unquote, it's not going to be 5 of 5 to do the hard modes. It's only going to be 3 of 3. Everything else is pretty much the same. Also on Global, there's not going to be a very hard mode. But I've read a few things where that might not be the case. That'll be a little odd if they throw in a very hard mode, but I would actually welcome it because a little bit more of a challenge on these events would be good. But it's going to be normal mode. It's going to be hard mode. I'm not thinking very hard mode is going to be introduced just yet. But there's a smidge of a possibility. Keep that in mind. Alright, now, normal and hard modes, easy to get through. And the fight, well, I can't do the fight to show you or whatever, but I can show you a picture of it. And that picture is a character, big old spiky wolf thing, which is right here. Okay, boop, right there. Okay, it looked mean. It looked mean. It is Garuga. Garug. I think it's Garug. Big spiky wolf. Now this thing is like only level 50 on the hard mode, and it's not that big of a deal. Okay, tank, healer in the back, 3 DPS, you're pretty much good to go. It's not going to be a terribly difficult fight. If you got through the Hatsune event, you got through the Hatsune's present event, and the last one here, the current one, the little lyrical whatever the heck was going on, you're going to be fine. It's not that big of a deal. But just go over some of the little skills here real quick. 120,000 hit points, level 50, inflicts physical damage to all enemies based on the character's maximum HP. I believe that's his Union Burst equivalent, whatever it is. But normally he'll do physical damage to all enemies on the back line along with a stun. He'll do physical damage to the 2 frontmost enemies, pretty much almost as his regular thing, right? Just like one of his talents. And when his health reduces, gets down to 50%, he basically enrages. He, gets a little bit more violent, and iffy, and bitey and stuff, and pokey. Yeah, there's no real strategy to do this boss, but just to kind of show, like, you could throw in. Let's see, if you have Nozomi, you can throw Nozomi in there. If you have Yui, you can throw her in the back to heal, and then your 3 DPS. I mean, you could throw in like Akino would probably be fine. Of course, Makoto. Well, the other Makoto, regular Makoto, that swimsuit Makoto, because JP and everything's different. And then just like somebody else to do some stuff or whatever. Throw Hiyori in there. Why not, right? You're going to have an easy time with this boss. It's not going to be that big of a deal. Now, if you're sub-level 60, then it's going to start getting a little iffy. You might have to start toying with it a little bit, because the normal mode is going to be really easy. The hard mode, as long as you're leveled up, it's going to be perfectly fine. If you're like, like I said, sub-level 60, you might have a little bit of trouble with it and everything, but overall, pretty good. The goal is to, of course, kill the boss in one shot, not have to use, 30 tickets, lose, and then another 30 tickets, and to finish it up. That's really inefficient or whatever. You want to one-shot that boss. And also the shards. If you wanted to grind certain shards with this, and let me get back to the little side quest thing here, because this is how I have to access these over on JP. And of course, Kaori comes out here. Kaori shards and Maho shards, we can of course get through the shops, right? Maho shards or dungeon shards are really abundant. You don't really need to focus on her. I'm not focusing on her. I will never focus on her ever again. Never. If I had a lamp for every Maho that I've pulled, I'd have like 9 or 10 lamps. I'm sick of lamps, and my electricity bill is getting outrageous. So no. Kaori shards, though, you definitely want to grind those because, you know, it's the other shops, the arena shops and everything. And chances are, if you really focus on a character, some of you might have Kaori at 5 stars already, which in a way kind of sucks that these are the shards available for this event, because it's like you get Maho really easy and Kaori's will eventually get there. So why are we having these 2 shards? I always kind of wonder that. These 2 don't really benefit a ton of people. Maybe, I don't know, maybe your guys' accounts are much different and everything, and you focus on a different character instead of Kaori, and this is your opportunity to get them. Same thing with Maho. If for some odd reason you're not like me with 10 freaking copies of Maho and you don't have her yet or whatever, well, after this event and plus the dungeon coins, you're going to have her, and you're probably going to have her at 5 stars. And if you don't, by the time this event ends or whatever, you did it wrong. You did it wrong. Maho, it just does things to people. Yeah. Like, share, subscribe, hit that notification button. The boss is very easy. Nothing to worry about. Tank, healer, DPS. You good. Kaori would be a good one to put in there for the DPS. There you go. Not a big deal. Now, as for Ilya herself, a little side note on her. If you're going to try to pull her in the gacha, keep in mind that she's going to be like a really good character to have for the next 2 to 3 months or so. It's one of these characters where, you know, she comes out, she's kind of OP, she's really handy, in the next, you know, clan battle or 2 or whatever, she's going to shine. And then probably a little, like, during the first summer event, maybe a little after, that's when she falls off. All right, she falls off a cliff pretty bad. Still useful, can still be used, will be used, but not to the degree that you think. Otherwise, if you're going to roll for her, it's up to you. You know, a lot of waifus out there, and they, you know, rather have the lolly edition and everything. I kind of want a lolly edition, to be honest. Be cute. Yeah, they got big Ilya, little Ilya. Put them both in the same team and watch dimensions fold in on themselves, because that shouldn't happen. Yeah. We'll see you in the next video.